Welcome to the Totally Honest Cook Show. I'm Mark. Today we're doing a chickpea and spinach curry. Let's get started. We're going to start by dicing one onion, and you should know how to do that by now. If you don't, we're just going to make an incision along the onion. Then we're going to make a couple more incisions up here. If we were mincing, you would have more incisions, right? But we're dicing, so we're just going to go like this. We're going to make some dice. And this recipe is courtesy of Stephanie K, and the link is in the description below. We also need about 1 inch of ginger, so I'm just going to peel that with my spoon. You don't need a knife for this. If you want to square it off with a knife, you can, but you will lose ginger that way, and the whole point of using the spoon is to not do that. This is one of those rare recipes that actually calls for minced ginger. So I'm just going to make some cuts. But you're making matchsticks, and then you're cutting the matchsticks down. Right? Right. You could also grate it. I'm not gonna. We're also going to need to slice up 4 cloves of garlic. We're over on the stovetop on medium heat. I'm dropping in a tablespoon of butter. Here the recipe called for coconut oil, which I don't have. That being said, use what fat you want to use. If you want to use a healthy fat, you can. If you want to use an oil, you can. If you want to use butter, you can. Your kitchen, your rules. And we're going to go ahead and add our garlic and our ginger. We're also going to add a tablespoon and a half of curry powder and half a teaspoon kosher salt. And we're going to bop it around. Let it get in with that fat. You should be able to smell it. We were supposed to cook the onion first. To reiterate, the onions were supposed to go in first, and you were supposed to cook those until they were translucent. But that's okay. We can make mistakes. That's kind of this show's whole modus operandi. It's our MO, right? You might need to keep things moving just a little bit more so you don't burn the curry powder though. At this point, I'm throwing in the tomato paste. Next up, we got a 13.5 ounce can of coconut milk and half a cup of chicken stock. And don't forget to scratch all the bits off the bottom. There are a lot of them because, like I said, I did things out of order. That leads to a lot of crispy, crunchy bits. Okay, next we're adding 2 15.5 ounce cans of chickpeas, drained and rinsed. Now we're stirring this till everybody's together, and we're going to let it simmer and reduce for about 10 minutes. Next up, we're going to roughly chop about 2 cups of spinach. This is actually probably more than that. I just bought a bunch, and I'm using a bunch. Actually, I bought 2 bunches because it turns out I'm very bad at eyeballing spinach. But you get the point. And don't forget to stir it every now and then. If you really want to bam up serving at the end, chop up some fresh cilantro. Keep going with the cilantro as long as you want until you have something you can sprinkle on the top. It said 10 minutes, I'm stopping at 8, and I'm adding the spinach because it looks thick. And we're wilting the spinach into the beans. And letting them get to know each other for about 5 more minutes. Okay, after a few minutes it should be done. Kill the heat and serve. Let's see how we did. We don't want to mess up our plating. As with all things, I could do with more of the sauce, to be honest with you. But you can't really double the sauce for curry. Then you have soup. Okay. Like, subscribe, ding the little bell, leave a comment down below, let me know how I'm doing. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.